I was so shocked today. Who would have thought that when I arrived home, you'd be there, Mabel? And you brought your husband along too? Oh, when did you even get married in the first place? I never heard anything about your marriage or a wedding from anyone. I didn't want you to find out, so I made sure not to tell you about it. Yet on the same day that I was coming home, you decided to show up as well. Today was really not my day, was it? I actually ended up getting fired from my job, and things were getting really tight for me. So I decided to come back home to try and get a couple grand from Mom and Dad. But instead, I came home to you, Mabel, who's finally gotten remarried after 10 years. I understand that you're having a really bad day, but to me, this is the best day ever. You were fired from yet another job? I have heard a little from Mom about you, and it sounds like you really can't keep a job, can you? I really wonder why that is. But I can already tell that unlike me, your husband is a real keeper. To think that the second man you married would be working at that huge company. Oh, I am so jealous of you for having a husband with a great income. Don't you dare touch him, Jackie. If you do a thing to him, I will not let you get away with it. Ooh, how scary. You don't have to be so frightening, all right? I haven't forgotten about your criminal record, all right? Do you understand? The fact that you and I had to run into each other today was just a terrible coincidence. I have no plans of getting back together with you as a sister, so don't bother with me anymore. If you understand that point as well, then don't you ever talk to me again.
Hey, Mabel, I've just been thinking about this, but how about you and your little sister begin to make up?
What?
Well, it's just that yesterday was my first time meeting her, and she seems like a really good kid. You were always telling me about how you cut ties to her after high school, so I was left wondering what she had done that was so bad. And well, okay, yesterday I found out that she's not some sort of a schoolyard bully or anything, but a rather attractive little lady. It's a bit sad that you'd waste the opportunity of having a cute little sister like that by cutting ties to her.
I thought I remember telling you the reasons why I cut ties to her, right? Back in high school, that little jerk went and stole her own sister's boyfriend from her.
But that was all the way back in high school, right? Back in those days, there wasn't anything deep between couples anyway. How about you just be a little more open to that fact and move on?
Why should the one who had to be hurt and made the victim be the one to forgive what happened in their past? That jerk was intentional about hurting me when she stole my boyfriend. Ever since elementary school, I had a crush on that guy, and by the time high school came around, I had finally started dating him. But then she came up from behind and stabbed me in the back, knowing dang well that I was deeply in love with him.
I get that that's bad, but you're both adults now, right? Just wash away all your past and return to being close sisters again, alright? Right now you're just making yourself look bad, like you're the sour-faced older sister who is jealous of her younger and better-looking sister.
Huh?
You're a bit narrow-minded, Mabel. You're really going to hold something against such a cute and petite little girl all your life. If she was that same way back in high school, then well, there's no helping your ex from taking his eyes off you for her. No matter how old a man gets, he will always fall victim to those cute girls. You can't blame those girls either, because it's just natural that the man will be attracted to them. So would you please stop bullying your sister by cutting ties to her all the time?
You only met her once today for a few minutes, and you're already hopping on her side? Which is strange, because up until now, you've never made a comment about what happened back then.
Because what you've done to her is so heartbreaking. Men do not like to watch cute little girls being hurt.
You actually feel bad for her?
Well, she said she was fired from her job, right? I'm sure the reason for that was because she's so good looking that everyone in the office was jealous of her. They probably all started to force her to make mistakes, and that led to her boss firing her in the end, right? All she's done is be so freaking cute, and now she's had to endure her sister cutting ties to her and her company firing her for it. I'm sorry, but nobody can just watch her struggle with that and not want to help her out.
Please don't start falling for those kinds of lame excuses. The reason she was fired is completely opposite of what you're thinking right now.
What? The complete opposite?
She wasn't being forced to make any mistakes. She was the one going around and making others screw up. Then when her higher-ups finally found out about that, they started to prepare her termination. This has been happening with her for a long time now. where she'll be fired from one company for that reason, join another company, and then not too long after be fired from there for the exact same reason.
What? You're joking, right?
She thinks that just because she's cute, she can do whatever she wants, anywhere she wants. That's why for the longest time now, she's always used that as her reasoning for making everyone else do her work for her. And I'll tell you that all her coworkers were not a fan of that. That's why they would always end up leaking what she was doing to their bosses and get her fired not too long after.
What? No. No. I'm not going to believe any of that. There's no reason such a cute little girl would do that. I don't care how cute your little sister is. You cannot start getting that jealous of her.
Excuse me?
I get that you're upset with her and hold a lot of things against her, but you can't just start telling lies about her because of that. I believe what Jackie has told me.
You really seem to be getting close to her, which is unimaginable considering you only saw her for 2 minutes. Don't start telling me that you're falling in love with a woman like her now, right?
I would never fall in love with her, but it's just that I'm her brother-in-law, so I'm just a bit worried about her. I was an only child all my life, and I was always wishing for a younger sister.
I never knew you had that kind of a wish. First time I'm hearing of it.
There's also this. Jackie just happens to have something about her. Not only is she really cute, but something about her makes me want to protect her. Also, she's had to go through so much trouble all her life, just because she's so freaking cute. That's why you and I need to understand that a little and give her a break.
I don't want to understand the reasons for why she stole my boyfriend from me back in high school. Not even a little. I will never forgive her for what she did to me. I understand you wanting to have a place in all this as my husband, but you should stay out of this mess. I'm so sorry, Mabel. I've gone and done it again. What? I've gone and stolen Cedric from you this time. I'm going to take that very successful office man from you now. Excuse me? And Cedric was so easy to win over. I was thinking that because of his line of work and how high he's gotten in that company, he'd be really hard to sway. But the moment I started to show just a hint of interest in him, he collapsed right into my arms. There's no way this could just happen so easily for me again. I suppose I haven't changed a bit from the heart-stopping little cutie from back in high school. Wait a second. Did you really lay a hand on Cedric now? A month ago, we all ran into one another at Mom and Dad's house, right? After that had happened, I invited him out to eat and he came right to me. And then, right after we had that dinner and a couple of dates, I became pregnant with his baby. Huh? I never thought things would happen this quickly for me. That must mean he and I were always meant to be, right? You're joking about getting pregnant, right? Are you really saying something like that right now? I would never lie about something so beautiful. But of course, someone like you probably doesn't want to believe any of it, right? Once again, your little sister has stolen your man. Hey, how are you feeling right now? How does it feel having your husband taken from you this time? I'm not here to play games with you anymore, Jackie. The fact that you got away with it once was already humiliating for me, but now you've done it again. And this just happened after years of knowing just how much I've hated you to the point I've cut ties to you. Yet you've come back again and stolen my husband this time. Honestly, what kind of frickin' nerve do you have? What? What do you mean, what kind of nerve do I have? My nerves are normal. I just wanted something of yours, so I went and took it. I'm sorry that it was just so easy for me to take your husband from you this time. Being as cute as I am really is such a useful life hack. Huh? By the way, I said this back in high school. Men are all weak towards cute women. I had all the men from my grade and those above mine flocking around me every single day. So you can just shut up and let me have all your men, all right? It's a waste of time crying and getting all upset about something that's going to always be happening in this world. I knew that I'd have to start getting pissed off again with you. Oh no! Just be honest and tell me how much of a sore loser you really are. Not my fault that you're not as cute as me. Huh? I hope this baby in my belly is just as cute as Cedric and I are. I'm sure they will be, though. Oh, I just can't wait to see what they look like, though. Oh, here's another thing. Now that I have Cedric's baby, you need to hurry up and get that divorce from him pronto. That's kind of why I started texting you today. You want me to divorce him now? Yep. Because Cedric and I are becoming a real family over here now, so we have no time to waste waiting for you. Cedric has to start getting ready to be a dad, so we can't have you getting in our way. This baby isn't going to wait, and I need my brother-in-law to become my husband. I'm single now, though. What? So please, be my guest and get married to him. I have nothing to do with him, so I won't say anything at all. Huh? What are you going on about right now? You and Cedric are married, right? So what's this about you saying that you're single now? I am not married to Cedric right now. To put it all into correct terms, I was just about to marry him. We were both planning on handing in the marriage papers on our anniversary, so we hadn't actually done anything yet. What? Is that right? Did you not hear anything about this from Cedric or Mom? We had planned on handing in the papers this spring, but went and held off doing so. We've both been busy with things like our job and transfers and all that. Hence why we haven't done anything at the courthouse. And, well, after some time had gone by, we realized we still hadn't done anything. So we decided it would be best to just wait for our anniversary to come around and go to the courthouse then. It would be really romantic for us and make us feel even closer to one another. I never heard about any of that. So wait, then this means you and Cedric are still engaged? Were, but we've now broken up and are nothing to one another. Just ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend now. What? Not only did you both not hand in the papers yet, but you've broken up now? That's right. Just a week ago, all that went down. Seeing Cedric falling head over heels for you really made me think twice about him. At the time, we were only just engaged to one another still, yet he was going on and on and on about how you and I should stop fighting and make up. It was getting so annoying to the point where I couldn't even handle being around him anymore. So after a few weeks of that, I said I didn't want to live with him anymore and that we were through. So then, Cedric was fine with all of that as well? I thought it was a little strange that he didn't try and get me to stay and was totally okay with us breaking up. But I guess that was around the same time he'd begun seeing you outside the house, right? So he didn't say a single thing when I told him we were through, and that was the end of us. What the heck? I never knew that you became single again. How lame. I was all excited about telling you how I'd gone and taken another one of your men from you, but there was no point to all of it. I was so looking forward to you breaking down and crying again over it. Well, that's too bad, you jackass. I don't love that man anymore, so none of this bothers me a single bit. Oh, is that so? Well, at least in my case, things are still golden. So who cares about you now? I'll be able to marry him right away now, and there will be no settlement. I'm going to go talk with Cedric right now and get this marriage going. Hold on a second. What was that about no settlement? What? You just said that you're not married to Cedric or anything, right? You never went and legally married him, so you were just boyfriend and girlfriend, right? So what I ended up doing with him was not cheating. He was never married to you, so you can't get any kind of money from us. You may have a really cute face and all, but that head of yours is filled with nothing but air. Or could it just be all that makeup and concealer in there clogging things up for you? Huh? Yes, we were not married to one another, but he and I were engaged at the time and had made plans for a wedding and such. Everything was set up for us, so he and I were very much on the verge of being married. And during a time like that, you went in and played with him a bit, therefore giving me enough of a chance at getting a settlement from you that I'm taking it. Even if it wasn't legal, there was a lot of money already put into things like the wedding and housing that I can still get a lawyer and take you to court. Are you for real? Had you just waited to hear from me that we'd broken up before going after him, things would have been all right for you. But you just came to me bragging about how you're carrying his baby and everything, giving me some very good evidence. There's no other way to describe you other than a brainless buffoon. And when it comes to being pregnant, you usually don't find that out until a few weeks have passed, right? 3 or 4 weeks to be exact. It was only a week ago that he and I broke up, so that pretty much seals your fate alongside his. Thank you so much again for telling me about that living evidence that you have sitting in your belly. No way! Now I'll make sure that in a little while, I get as much money from you both as I can. I have to get to talking with my lawyer now, so I'll be seeing you.
You're a real bitch for wanting to get this settlement from us now. Look, I get that I made a mistake by cheating on you before we broke up, but inside that belly of Jackie's is my baby. From here on, her and I are going to have a household together, and things are going to cost a lot of money. You were a complete bitch for getting a settlement from us right before that's supposed to happen.
If I'm a bitch for doing this, then I wonder what word would describe the both of you. Not only has it been done once, but twice now by that completely off-putting little jerk. And you helped make that happen, right before the both of us were supposed to get married and everything. From my point of view, the only word that can be used to describe you both is something I can't be typing right now.
I told you that we messed up, all right? But you can't stop what is destined to happen, right? You should be able to forgive us for this.
Huh?
You're not a high schooler anymore. You're old enough now to understand what love truly is. So please don't start ruining our lives over something that can't be controlled.
And that's why as an adult who very much understands things like love, I have to stay calm and get this settlement from you. If I were my high school self still, something like this could not happen. I wouldn't be able to keep this kind of composure, and that might land me in jail at some point.
I'm not talking about that, though. Would you please stop bullying us already? Can't you see that really soon here I'll become your brother-in-law after marrying your sister? I get that you and I broke up, but we're still going to be a family, so don't get that upset with us.
Whoever said I was going to become your family? I've already had ties pretty well cut to Jackie all this time, and considering you're going to marry her now, I'm cutting ties to you too. I don't want you to be my family.
You really think it's okay to say something so heartless? If you keep that attitude up, I'm not going to let Jackie show you her baby once she's given birth to it. I don't care if by that point you start to plead that you're the aunt. I will not let you see any of us.
I don't want to meet that baby, let alone see any pictures of it. To me, anything and anyone that has to do with Jackie is nothing to me.
Jesus Christ. You have no right saying something like that about your own little sister's baby. There's no way a kind human being could say things like that.
Honestly, you really are amazing, Cedric. That baby isn't even yours, yet you still sit there acting like you're going to be its blood-related father? I respect that. The fact that you care so much about another man's child like that, I never thought that you, Cedric, were so caring about other men's children.
Wait a sec. What do you mean other men's children? Right now Jackie is pregnant with my baby.
Oh? Could this mean that you're not all that caring for other men's kids, but rather you're still not aware of what's going on there? And I was just starting to respect you a little for that. I'll take that respect back and just call you a brainless loser instead.
Answer my damn question. What the hell does all of that mean?
How about you go and ask that cute Jackie of yours? That way things will be explained a lot faster. Why do you, of all people, know about this baby's real father? I haven't told anyone about this. I haven't even gone and told Mom and Dad about any of this, so how do you know the truth? I know you were trying your best to hide everything from everyone, but you left some very open holes. Even Mom and Dad were able to tell that you were lying to everyone, which is a bit of a shocker considering those two. What? After you went back home from Mom and Dad's house, Mom sent me a text. She told me that she saw in your bag a pregnancy test kit that had already been used. If you want to hide the truth, don't bring something like that over to Mom and Dad's house. You also went over to their house that day to get some money from them, right? You asked them both to lend you some money because you've been jobless for a few months and needed to pay off some debt. You started to cry in front of Dad, asking him for around $5,000, right? But Mom noticed something very interesting about the amount you wanted. A lot of the hospitals in this region have a surcharge of $5,000 to have you give birth in their hospital. That's just a simple coincidence, right? And that thing Mom thought was a pregnancy test was probably just something completely different. Recently, Mom has really started to show her age, right? And that's why Mom got in touch with me about it. She thought something was up with you, so she asked me to look into things a little. So I went and gave the company that fired you most recently a call and asked about what had happened. What? Because Mom was able to remember the company you'd been working for so well, looking things up was a piece of cake. And after getting in touch with them, they told me the exact reason for why they had to fire you. It had nothing to do with you being hated by any coworkers or due to you making tons of mistakes. You were fired for having a fight in the office. You'd been going out with one of your coworkers' boyfriends, and when they found out, you both got into a cat fight down in the office's lobby. And during that fight, you told your coworker not to hit your belly as there was an important little baby in there. Actually, from what the person on the phone said, you screamed that so loudly that most of the building heard. No freaking way! You found out about all of that? I didn't have to find anything out, really. The person on the other end of the phone went on and on about what happened that day. When I told them about how you had always been a pain in my ass back in high school, they felt for me and started to tell me all the horrible things you did there. No! But thank goodness Cedric was so open to taking on another man's child before it's even been born. It's not good at all! When he found out it's not his baby, he told me he didn't want to get married anymore. Even though he was saying how in love he was with me, he's going to abandon me now? Oh no. This is all because of you saying those unnecessary things to him. I'm going to make you responsible for all of this. If he's not going to become the father of this child anymore, then I'm going to make you take his place and pay child support for this baby. Don't be such a dumbass. This all happened because you are a little bitch and deserve it. If you want someone to take care of that baby, then how about you do it yourself? I'm not helping you with squat. Why are you being so harsh now? You had to just keep your mouth quiet and none of this would have happened to me. Your cute little sister is on the verge of becoming a single mother now. And not only that, but a single mother who's never been married. All you have to do is help me out a little here. Don't worry about that, Jackie. You have that cute little face that all men fall for, so I'm sure you'll find some man to take you in. And it's not like your baby is being hurt by any of this, right? So to make sure things stay that way, you step up and take responsibility for all the crap you've done to yourself. And just after all that, Jackie and Cedric broke up. From there, Jackie started to beg my parents to let her live with them so that she could have her baby in peace. But that's when they both told her that they couldn't be bothered with her anymore. And that's when both my mom and dad said to her that they wouldn't be helping out this time with either the baby or her financial situation. Jackie then went and started to call all the men she'd been playing around with before, but not a single one of them wanted anything to do with her. So as of right now, Jackie's had to move herself into a really small and cheap apartment, preparing herself for when the baby inevitably comes out. When things come to Cedric after the breakup, he went back to his parents' house. But after having already heard about what happened that led to him and I breaking up before our marriage, they were furious. So the moment he got onto the front steps of their house, his mother came out the front door with a golf club telling him to not take another step forward before saying he needed to get off their property. A little while after all that took place, Jackie gave birth to her baby. She then went and took the baby with her to where Cedric had been working and told him to look at the cute little thing that the both of them worked so hard to make. Because of this, a lot of his coworkers and higher-ups started to realize what had gone down, and rumors began to grow. Not too long after that, things really began to change for Cedric in the workplace as well. And who knows what'll happen next to him when he can no longer take the rumors and cold shoulders anymore.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Megan, it's been such a long time since we last talked. Well, today I have something I'd like to ask you. Do you think you can call me?
Huh? Anita? It's been so long. I think the last time we saw one another was at that high school reunion a while back. Anyways, as for calling you, I'm on the road right now and can't call you to talk right now, but we can text one another still. Does that work for you?
Well, I guess it'll have to do. It was maybe a year ago we had that high school reunion, right? Why didn't you tell me about everything clearly back then?
tell you everything clearly? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. At that time, you were trying to play things off around me.
I'm sorry, Anita, but I'm not seeing where this is supposed to be going.
I'm talking about when we had that after party after the reunion. I got a message from your boyfriend. And he was talking about how he had plans for you and him to go to a restaurant for your birthday and that he had already reserved you guys' seats. You know about that, right?
Now that you mention it, he did take me out for my birthday. And what about that?
That dinner was when he proposed to you and everything, right?
Well, yeah, he did end up proposing to me on my birthday at the dinner. But why do you know all about that?
Well, I wanted to hear it from you that you're going to be marrying him. I heard about this already, but need to confirm.
How did you hear about all of that when I haven't even sent out the invitations yet or anything about us getting married?
Can you stop acting like I don't have my ways? Don't tell me that back then when he was talking about the birthday plans he had for you that he was bragging about proposing to you on that day. I bet that he was doing that because you asked him to as a way of rubbing your man in my face.
Hold on for 1 second, Anita. Why do you think I sent my boyfriend back to you to rub all that in your face? I never meant for anything like that at the party. Actually, at the party, he was just wanting to talk about his plans for me with other people to get their take on it. And I'm sure that it may have just come off as him bragging or myself bragging because he was explaining how happy he was to finally have a chance to propose to me.
Well, you planned all that out to make me jealous.
Why do you think either of us would be bragging in the first place about our relationship? I don't have any reason to be bragging to you or anyone for that matter.
Stop it with all that crap, Megan! I know everything about you and that boyfriend of yours. You stole my fiancé from me, Megan.
Huh? I stole your fiancé? Wait, I have zero idea of what you're getting at now.
You really are so naive. After I learned that you had stolen my fiancé, you still didn't even bother to recognize that and apologize to me. I told you, right? I know more than you think, and that my situation is a lot more complex than you think.
Can you explain to me what you mean by me having stolen your fiancé? I didn't even know that you had been engaged to anyone at that time.
The man that you're planning to marry is the man that I was destined to marry first.
What? You're joking about that, right? Because I remember at the reunion that you said you had a boyfriend of your own and that he was not my boyfriend, right? I mean, he couldn't have been my boyfriend because I've been together with him for 3 years now.
And you stabbed me in the back 3 years ago, you two!
I stabbed you in the back? I am so lost right now. Are you sure that you're not mistaking me and my man for some other couple? Like, you might have the wrong person here.
There's no way I have the wrong person. I have proof that you're with my fiancé from someone that was there with all of you when you guys began planning out the wedding.
What does that mean?
My mom works at that wedding hall. She isn't the one in charge of preparing your wedding, though. Back in high school, you would come over to my house, right?
Was that back when we had that Halloween party at school and after your family let me come over and stay the night?
Yes, and my mom remembered your face from that night. And recently, when she saw you at the wedding hall, she told me that she saw one of my friends there with my fiancé preparing their wedding.
So you're telling me your mom is the one that's witnessed me with your fiancé?
That's right. He is supposed to be my fiancé, yet right now it seems he's going to be marrying you. Why? You give my fiancé back to me right now.
What are you talking about?
Your man is a doctor, right? He's one because the rest of his family is doctors, right? Well, I want to marry him because if I can become his wife, I'll never have to worry about money again. So give me back my happiness.
He is, in fact, a doctor. Are you sure? Are you sure that my fiancé is supposed to be getting married to you?
I know that you're the one that's wanting to steal everything that makes me happy. I am not going to let you get away with this.
Wait a second, though. Can we wait until after you've calmed down and talk about all of this again? I need to talk with my fiancé about all of this as well. Do you think we can all go out and talk about this face-to-face somewhere? Anita?
This is the first time I've ever had to be the one to contact anyone like this. Anyway, I am Anita's mother.
Hello? Is there any reason for why I'm getting contacted by you right now instead of Anita?
Well, because of the current situation at hand right now after you stole my daughter's fiancé from her, I have to be here to talk with you. I have something I'd like to ask of you, and that's why I decided to text you right away instead of let Anita handle everything.
Wait a moment. I never planned to steal Anita's fiancé. And to tell you the truth, I talked with him about Anita and her story, but he told me he doesn't know anything about her.
That's not the case, Megan. I saw you with him very clearly. I saw you with her fiancé when the two of you came to the wedding hall to start planning you guys' wedding out.
Her fiancé? Are you sure that my fiancé doesn't just look similar to hers?
No way. He's definitely her fiancé. I don't remember what his first name is, but that last name of his is pretty rare, so I remember that. And on the day that you came to the wedding hall with him, I was able to see his last name on all the paperwork you both signed.
What? Both myself and my fiancé have no idea what you both are going on about. And for a long time now, I haven't even known that Anita was engaged to anyone yet.
At first, her and her fiancé had broken off wanting to get married.
They broke off getting married?
Anita didn't want to do that, but after talking about marriage and proposing to her, her fiancé later told her he was no longer wanting it. And after that, he stopped talking to her.
You're saying that a little bit after proposing to her, her boyfriend took it back and then left her? Did she actually get proposed to?
She did not. Not in the traditional way, that is. Anita just knew it was implied that he wanted her to be his wife. But now, after learning about you being with him, we understand why, after talking about marriage with Anita, he backtracked and then left her. Both Anita and I both knew something was up when he did that to her, and that it wasn't because he didn't like Anita, but for some other reason.
Huh?
I have a reason to think that, right? I know that I'm her mother, but she is such a beautiful woman, Anita. There's no way a man would be leaving someone like her without some far more terrifying reason behind it. But now that I know what that reason is, I'm finally at peace.
That reason?
The reason being that you stole her fiancé from her, and that's why he was forced to break things off and go to you.
I did not steal any man from her.
Do you think you can give up on playing this game with us so that Anita can go back to being my happy baby girl?
What do you mean, give up on playing this game? Are you telling me to give up on wanting to marry my fiancé?
Well, isn't it strange to you that my beautiful girl cannot get married, but you of all people can? That man is supposed to be getting married to my daughter, Megan. His family is all full of doctors, right? If she is able to get with him and become his wife, my whole family will no longer have to worry about money anymore.
Wait, please. I'll tell you again, my fiancé does not know a thing about Anita. It's been 3 years now since we first started going out with one another. In other words, I know my fiancé very well, and he would never lie to me about having anything to do with Anita. And he would never be the kind of man to have 2 different relationships going on at the same time.
And that's because you had your way with him, right? Also that he would stop having relations with my daughter!
Can you please allow me to see Anita in person and talk all of this through properly?
You want to meet with Anita? Right now, that girl has been through so much after being stabbed in the back by both her friend and her fiancé that she's not even willing to go to work anymore. So stop trying to ask anything else of my daughter after all you've done to her!
But if we don't talk this over, then she's going to keep believing something that isn't true. And that will only lead to things becoming far worse between us down the road.
The fact is, you stole my daughter's fiancé from her and left her behind to have your way with her happiness. That's the truth. And I know all that to be true because I saw you with him at the wedding hall. Can I ask that you please stop hurting my daughter any more than you have already?
I am not trying to hurt your daughter in any way, though.
You're going to leave your fiancé so that my daughter can be happy again, right? And then I'm going to change your name on the wedding registry over to Anita and have that wedding you're planning out given to her.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's not only her that wants to be married to that man, but I want that as well for her. If she can become his wife, then even I will no longer have to worry about things like money and can have an early retirement. My husband passed away early, and so I feel that I'll never be able to get out of my line of work. I'm getting tired of having to work in this place, helping others have a happy marriage when I'm the one that wants to be happy for once.
So that's your reason for wanting to change my wedding and hand it over to your daughter, and then have my fiancé marry her during that wedding? That is going way too far.
If only I had just stayed quiet about you and him. Anita would have never been able to find out that you were with her man. Well, too bad for you, Megan. She's so lucky that her mother works at that wedding hall.
Can you please let me talk with Anita? Right now, all I can see happening from what you plan to do is more than just my fiancé and I being hurt.
I told you, right? She is not willing to talk with anyone right now. She knows the truth about everything now, and I'm not going to let you hurt her anymore. You better be ready for the day that we get everything you stole from her back. We're going to make you pay for ever thinking it was okay to steal someone else's fiancé, someone else's wedding, someone else's happiness.
Hold on, though, please. Hey?
Long time no see. Today is the perfect day for a wedding, right? The weather is just right and the sun is shining bright.
It's about time you replied to me. I haven't been able to get anything back from either you or your mother this whole time. I've only wanted for you and I to meet in person so that we can talk all this through in person, but now I'm stressed out because of you.
That's because my mom and I blocked you this whole time. But I thought that I'd unblock you today so that I could give you the news. Ha!
What news?
Someone has to be around to tell the backstabber the news, right?
What are you talking about, Anita?
I know about today, Megan. About how your wedding is supposed to be happening today. I know that because my mom was able to tell me.
How did she find out about the date? My fiancé worked so hard with the staff to make sure to keep all that information private from her and anyone else not related to the wedding. We even made sure to only work on the wedding on days that she wasn't at the hall. Yet, she still found out all the details?
Of course. And all I needed to know was the date of your wedding. Nothing else. Well, I also need to make sure that I'm there so that I can get into your wedding.
What are you thinking of doing?
I'm going to make sure that your wedding is a complete mess.
What? You plan to make my wedding a mess? You have to be joking now, right? If you plan on doing something like that to my wedding, then you're going to end up putting yourself into a bad position. What the heck is that?
That is the ashes of your wedding dress that I burnt up.
You burnt that dress? Like you actually went into the dressing room and burnt the dress yourselves?
My mom was able to get me into the dressing room while nobody was around, and we both worked to burn it to ashes. It was way too easy. A backstabber like you has no use for a dress like this, right? You are the one that stole my fiancé from me, so you deserve to have your dress destroyed. You're not going to complain about it, right? Your wedding's going to be freaking canceled now, you pile of trash.
But I'm already wearing my wedding dress.
Huh? You're wearing your wedding dress right now.
My wedding is starting here soon, and so I had to make sure that I was set for it all a while ago.
What? Wait. But I just burned your dress to a crisp, right?
Are you sure that's actually my dress, though?
Who else's dress would it be? My mom is the one that brought me to this room after all and helped me burn it, and she works here.
So you're telling me that you went into the dressing room with the help of your mom with the intent of burning my wedding dress?
This is my way of getting back at a backstabber like you.
Well, I'm not having my wedding in that wedding hall today.
Huh? What did you just say?
I didn't want to have my wedding at the place your mom worked, so we changed plans.
Wait a second. What do you mean by that?
We were worried by the fact that your mom works there and had a suspicion that she would do something that would cause our wedding to be ruined. So we worked with our specialist to have the wedding moved to a different location that's a part of the same company. Ah, that's right. We made sure to do all of this with the utmost secrecy so that your mom wouldn't be able to find anything else out about what we were doing. So she only knew about the plans we had made before we made changes.
You have to be kidding me. So, in other words, you're telling me that you're not here right now.
Well, that's right. And that also means that the dress I planned to wear today is not being kept there, nor is the dress I plan to wear for the party after.
So then who the hell's dress is this?
I have no clue. But that'd have to be the dress of whoever is planning on having their wedding there today, right?
So then your wedding isn't going to be canceled today, and you'll be able to get married to my fiancé?
Well, about that, Anita. After both your mom and you stopped replying to me, I looked a bit into you both and showed my fiancé. But he told me he had no clue who either of you are.
No matter what he says about us and what you showed him, you are the one that stole my fiancé from me.
Well, actually, that man that you had been dating for a while and then assumed you'd be getting married to before he left you and never replied to you again is someone that I've looked into as well.
You know about him because he's your fiancé.
He's my fiancé's cousin, Anita.
He's your fiancé's cousin? What? His cousin.
For a very long time, he and his cousin have both looked really identical to one another, so much so that even their moms get confused sometimes. And actually, I've met him once before as well, and they sure do look very similar to one another. But of course, if you look close enough at them, they have differences. And his cousin happens to be a bit older, 3 years in fact. However, my fiancé is the same age as you and I are. And if you watch them from afar like your mom did, they both have the same characteristics. I can see why she thought that he was your fiancé when she saw him a little while back.
So you're telling me that your fiancé and mine are both different people? But they are both still doctors, right?
You already know that, right? That both of them live in a family full of doctors?
Well, now that you mention it, you're right. So what you're saying is that this whole time it was all just a misunderstanding?
Well, when I spoke to my fiancé's cousin about you and him, he told me the reason for him leaving you is because after talking about marriage, he learned that you and him valued very different things. That's what led to him saying that you both should find other people.
We value different things? What about what I value is so wrong?
Well, he told me that if he had married you, then you asked him to come and live with you and your mom at her house.
Well, he should be doing that for us, right? I can't just leave my mom by herself to move out of the house and into a house of his own.
But to get to the hospital that he works at from your mom's house would take him over 4 hours a day round trip.
Well, that wouldn't matter to him because he'd have me as his wife and my mom as his in-law.
You also told him to hand over most of his earnings and make you his housewife so that you didn't have to work anymore. And you asked that he make sure to give you 5 kids. And of course, not just those things, but also that within a year of you guys getting married, that he remodels your mom's whole house into a place of your liking. The cost of all that being around $1.7 million.
Well, when you want the house to be all up to date with all the newest systems, as well as have all the smart home features on the market, the price will be that high.
You asked to make sure that the house was made into a place where you didn't even have to put any effort into the chores. Even saying that he could have cleaners come in twice a week to clean it out for you.
Well, I want the place to be spotless all the time, and I'd also like some pros to come in and cook for us every day so that our food is amazing. That should be perfect to him as well, right?
Well, what will you do for him, Anita?
I told him that I'll be his housewife and do the chores.
But you're wanting to have a cleaning service come in as well as pro chefs to cook dinner. From what I see, you're asking for him to give up all his money so that you and your mom can live like royalty while he works all day. That's why he left you, Anita.
What I asked from him is normal. He asked me to tell him what I valued and what I wanted, and I told him everything. I said that I'd do what I could do to support him as well.
Did you listen to what he wanted from you?
Of course I did!
Well, he told me that you didn't listen to anything he said to you.
He has to be BSing then.
He said that all you'd say to him is that he's a doctor, so he should be able to make himself happy and support himself, as well as you and your mom. He was tired of being with you because all you thought about was how with him being a doctor, it meant he could get you anything, and that you wanted everything from him.
But that's...
He has left you now, Anita, so can you please stop trying to talk about him like he's your fiancé?
Where is your wedding? He's the cousin of your fiancé, so he'll be there as well, right? I'm going to come to that wedding right now. I want for all of us, including my fiancé, to talk this over. And I'd like you to help me get back together with him.
You want my help?
If you can help us get married as well, then you and I can become cousins or something, right? We'll both become the wives of doctors. How about you and I get our husbands to build us one huge mansion of our dreams that we can all live in, including my mom?
I'm sorry, but I'm not telling you the location of my wedding. And it's getting time for the event to start anyway, so I'm going to need to get going. But let me tell you this one thing before I go. Your ex does not want to get back together with you, so leave him be.
You're telling me he doesn't want anything to do with me anymore? That's a straight up lie. Hold on a second, Megan. Megan, please answer your phone. I need your help.
There's nothing in this world that I'd be able to help you with, Anita.
Hurry up and get me back together with my ex right now.
I told you that that's going to never happen. He's over ever getting back together with you. So can you please just let him have the peace of mind that he deserves regarding you two?
If you don't get him to come back to me right now, I'm going to be screwed.
Screwed?
I need him to marry me right now so that he can pay off all the money that I owe.
What are you going on about now, Anita?
I am being told that I'm going to have to pay for the dress that I burnt, as well as pay off the settlement that's being asked from me. And the amount they want is massive. I'll never be able to handle all of this on my own.
But you're the one that chose to burn that dress to a crisp, right? It's only fair that they ask you to pay for their dress and whatever else they're upset about.
But that dress was custom made for the bride and tailored by a very famous man. And not only that, but my mom is going to get fired.
Well, that's because she helped you in burning up that dress, right?
Well, we only did that because we thought the dress was yours. Right now, neither of us are going to be able to pay off all this money. So I would like to meet my ex again and have him help us.
So you only want to get married to your ex now so that you can use his money to pay off the settlement you've been asked for?
He's a doctor, so something like that shouldn't be a problem for him, right?
I'm done with this. How much farther are you planning on being a problem for everyone? Because if you're going to take things any farther, I'll just block you and then you really will be without any help. But it's not like that would change anything because even now I have no desire to help you.
What? So you're totally okay with me losing all my money to a couple I don't know?
I do. And that's because you deserve all of that. You did all of this yourself with some help from your mom. So now you have to pay the price for it.
You're my friend though, right? You should be willing to help your friend out just a little, right?
Not only did you misunderstand everything like your mom, but you tried to burn the dress of your so-called friend. I do not need someone like you around me that thinks they can still be friends after that.
Don't say something like that to me. Right now, you haven't had to fall victim to anything, right?
It's not about me being a victim to anything involving all of this or not.
If nobody helps us, my mom and I are going to become homeless. Help us.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to cut all ties I have with you now. I can't be asked to deal with you any more than I already have. After this, the two of you figure something out by yourselves.
This has to be a joke, right? Wait, Megan! I was supposed to become the hot wife of a doctor, but now all my plans are falling apart.
After what had happened, both Anita and her mom tried going around to all their friends and family asking for money to help them out of the hole they were in. However, nobody had the money to help them with the debts they had and told them to find someone else to help them. In the end, they were forced to take out some loans by themselves and are using that money to pay off both the dress and the settlement for the ruined wedding. And to pay off those loans, they are both working completely new jobs, which mainly includes doing odds and ends work or being part-timers. And as for the relations they have between one another, their financial situation has really begun to ruin it, and they're left fighting one another day and night over who needs to be working more and paying more.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey Lisa, wake up right now. I have to talk to you about something really, really important.
Nick, it's 3 in the morning. What are you doing trying to call me on the phone right now?
It's because I have something huge that we need to talk about right this instant. You know how you met my friend yesterday?
Oh, are you talking about Emily? Yeah, you invited her out to eat lunch with us yesterday. What about her?
Well, the thing is that after you broke off, Emily and I ended up hanging out for a bit afterward. And anyways, she gave me her final score on you.
Her final score? What is that supposed to mean? And I didn't know that the two of you were still hanging out after that. I thought that we all went our separate ways after we had lunch. I mean, you dropped me off at home, and I thought that you went back home as well.
Well, yeah, I dropped you off, but then I met back up with Emily afterward. She wanted to tell me about the final score that she gave you. She was watching you to see if you were going to be a good fit for me to marry.
Sorry, so you're telling me that that whole time we were having lunch, your friend was secretly judging and grading me?
You do realize that we just celebrated our 10th anniversary as boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Don't you think it's about time that you and I finally got married? Of course, I realized this would be a really big decision for the both of us, so I asked my friend to try and give me an unbiased third-person perspective on you.
So if I understand this, you're telling me that the whole reason you invited your friend and introduced her to me was so that you could have her rate me? Then again, I did think it was really weird that you were even introducing me to one of your friends in the first place, since I haven't really met any.
But Emily is a really, really good friend of mine, and we've known each other since we were in elementary school. So that's why I wanted her to administer the final test to you.
Well, okay, I guess that sort of makes sense. How did I do then? Did I pass in Emily's eyes?
No, Lisa. I'm afraid you didn't pass at all, actually. And that's why I think that you and I should break up.
Wait, what? You're telling me that Emily told you that you and I shouldn't get married?
That's right. She was very honest about her opinion, and she said that you just wouldn't be a good fit for me. She told me that I would be better off looking for a better woman than you. So, I'm sorry, but that's why you and I have to break up now. I realize now how much better I could be doing.
But, hold on. You mean that you're really going to break up with me because a friend told you to? We've been together for a whole decade. You can't just subject me to some test I don't even know about and decide to end it all because I didn't pass it.
No, this isn't just some arbitrary thing I was putting you through. Surely you can understand how well a friend I've known as long as Emily would serve as a judge of character for me and anyone I was dating. I trust her to know who would and wouldn't be a good fit for me, so I take her advice very seriously.
I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, I only met her once. How can she pretend to know me after such a short interaction? I'm sorry, but I think it's just absurd for you and I to break up over something silly like this.
Lisa, you really don't know Emily like I do. She's a really sharp girl, and she knows these kind of things better than anyone else I know of. You didn't offer to get us water when we all sat down. You didn't offer Emily a bite of your food to try. You just weren't being charming at all, and Emily saw right through that.
What? Are you really telling me that that's what I got failed for?
It may not be enough for you, but I was more than convinced by Emily's assessment of you. so I just really don't think that I can see a future with you now. Instead, I'm going to take Emily's advice to me and break up with you before we get any deeper into this.
I don't believe this. You're really just going to throw away 10 years of dating me because of what one friend tells you? This is insane. Why didn't you stick up for me at all?
What should I have told her that she wouldn't have already seen? Besides, Emily is one of my best friends, and I know that she's going to know what's best for me. Maybe even more so than I would myself. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go against what Emily says when I know how good her intuition is.
So then you're really going to go through with this? Even though we've been dating for 10 years? Even though we were talking about getting married?
I'm really sorry about this, Lisa, but after hearing what Emily had to say about you, I realized that I can't marry you the way you are now. You got a long way to go before I could even think of marrying you now.
Hey there, Lisa. I was watching that whole conversation between you and Nick just now. It must really suck to be broken up with by your boyfriend so early in the morning, right? Wait, what? What do you mean? Are you saying that you were with Nick when he was texting me? I'm just saying that I'm so sorry that it seems your boyfriend broke up with you because of what I had to say to him. I was only giving him my personal opinion on the matter. So I hope you can see that it's really not my fault that he chose to listen to me, right? But he said that if I didn't think you were good enough for him, then you must really not be good enough for him. You didn't answer my question, though. Are you there with Nick right now? You've been watching our text conversation this whole time? That's right. We had so much fun after lunch and ended up hanging out all night. In the end, he missed the last train back home and had to sleep at my place. After all, he was in no place to drive by the time we finally were ready to call it a night. I don't even know what to say to any of this right now. Are you telling me that my boyfriend spent the night at another woman's house, only to text me early the next morning and tell me that he was breaking up with me? That's right, but don't let this get you down. I'm sure you'll find a man that you're more suited to be with. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Although it is so sad that this means the end for your 10-year-long relationship with Nick. But I'm sure that someone just like Nick will come along for you at some point in the future. You just wait and don't give up hope. I don't need any comforting words from you, thank you very much. If anything, you're going to be the one who needs good luck. And just why should I have anything to worry about in any of this right now? Come on, you don't see how obvious it is that you two should be together? I mean, Nick may have cut me off, but you two have been friends even longer than we were dating. I think that if anything, you should probably just date Nick. Even if all you'd be doing otherwise is making him break up with his girlfriend. Oh, I see what you're trying to get at with all of this. Let me tell you that you don't have to worry about a single thing when it comes to that. I don't think I'll have to rate any more girls after you. And just what is that supposed to mean then, huh? Well, it's because I'm already taking your advice, and Nick and I are, in fact, already dating each other. So I'll never have to save him from a girl like you again. Wow. You're kidding me, right? Are you two actually going out so soon after breaking up with me? That's right. I mean, it's like Nick said, there isn't another girl in the world who knows him as well as I do. And after all this time has passed, it's clear to him that he and I are meant to be together. I think it's kind of funny the way he just perfectly transferred from you to me, but it really does make sense when you think about it. I don't think this is funny at all. You used your position as his friend to get yourself into a place where you could keep other women from him. I bet you were trying to find a way to date him this whole time, but that doesn't make you a good friend. You were just manipulating him. You really think that I won't be able to make Nick as much, if not more, happy than you were able to make him? I think the two of you are more suited for each other than you realize. Now, goodbye.
Lisa, it's been so long since you and I have last talked. How have you been? You doing well?
Nick, what are you doing texting me? What do you want? What is this about?
Well, I was just thinking that you and I are getting pretty up there in age now, and, well, I was wondering if you'd like to marry me.
Excuse me? You're really asking me if I would like to marry you?
I mean, you're almost in your 40s now, aren't you? So am I, and I'm still single, so why don't you and I get married?
Now hold on just a moment. I thought that you and Emily were dating each other this whole time. What happened to that? Did you two break up? Is that why you're running straight back to me? Ugh, this has got to be a joke.
Don't even say her name around me. I broke up with that other woman. She got pregnant and then kept bugging me about getting married. But then it turned out that the kid she was having wasn't even mine, so we broke up because she cheated on me.
You're kidding me. That's really how you two ended up splitting up?
That's right. It was actually the other guy who reached out and told me about the whole thing. But I did my research and found out that the kid really wasn't mine. But I still couldn't believe it. It was just such a shock.
Yeah, well, if you two were talking about getting married, I can see how hearing something like that would ruin just about everything.
She was my friend for so long, maybe even my best friend, and she betrayed me like that. I still can't believe that it's happened even now. But then I remembered you. Then I remembered that I was single again, so I figured now that Emily and I are through, you and I could get married.
And that's why you chose to reach out to me like this then? Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we were dating for 10 years and you never once lied to me. You're always so kind and sweet, and you took care of me too. It's clear that you were, and still are, the only girl for me.
Give me a break. You've got some nerve talking to me after 3 years and trying to flirt like this. Honestly, even reading these messages is enough to piss me off. You're only coming back to me because you got broken up with.
Well, yeah, that's true. But isn't this the perfect chance for you and I to get back together? I seriously doubt you have that many suitors at your age. Are you really gonna tell me that you'd rather be single and old than be with a catch like me? I thought you'd be just a little more excited to hear from me after all this time.
You did not actually just type that message and send it to me, did you?
Oh, come on, Lisa. Can't we just calm down and talk about this rationally? Do you really think you'll be able to find another man who wants to marry you at this age? It's not like you'd even be able to give a husband to yours kids or anything at this point.
Oh, I'm sure you are doing all of this because of how concerned you are about my prospects.
Just saying that I'm here as a choice for you, and I think a very good one at that. Don't you remember how good it was when we were together? We can have that again. We can still even have kids if we hurry. Let's just think of the past 3 years as a short break. It's nothing compared to the decade that we spent together.
I will have you know that I already have a husband and children. Thank you very much.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I want you to stop all of this nonsense right now. Did you really think there was even a chance that you and I would end up together? You're acting as if I'm delusional when you're the one hitting up old flames because you're so desperate at your age. But good luck finding someone who'll marry you and have kids with you now.
Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean that you're married and have kids? I mean, I thought that you were single. How do you have a family?
Are you stupid? I mean, was that a real question? I don't even know what to say. You literally answered it for yourself. I got married, and then I started a family. It's how the whole thing works.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that you got remarried. You actually managed to find a man willing to marry a woman like you. But how could you do that without asking me first?
Why in the world would I need your permission to marry someone after we broke up? Besides, I started dating my husband a year after you left me. We got married a year later, and then we had our first child not long after.
This can't be happening. You were supposed to be mine. All mine. But then you go and get married and have a child with some other man.
Nick, seriously, what are you even talking about? You and I broke up 3 years ago. You have no say at all with what I can and can't do in my life.
But look, I know that Emily said that you and I weren't meant to be together, but I never actually wanted to break up with you. Besides, what's the deal with you moving on and getting married and having kids so quickly after we broke up? Don't you think you moved on way too fast after a 10-year relationship?
Who do you think you are telling me that? You were the one who slept with your best friend and texted me that we were breaking up the next day.
But you can't compare the two. They're completely different.
Whatever, I really don't have time for this nonsense. Have a nice life, Nick.
Wait, no, you can't just go. Please. Emily betrayed me, and now you're the only person that I can turn to. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Why don't you go and make up with your so-called best friend and leave me alone, huh? I have to take care of my baby.
You're horrible. How could you cheat on me like this? How could you have another man's baby and still want to raise it?
Maybe because it's the child of me and my husband, and as her mother, that's what I'm supposed to do. You really need to get a life and stop chasing after what you had in the past. We are over, and that's final. Lisa, thank you so much for the other day. Thanks to what you said, I was able to patch things up with Nick, and he and I decided to get married again. I'm going to be the best wife I can and give him a lovely family. Wow, so you two really talked things over and decided to get back together? That's right. He said that you really put his feet to the fire and made him think about a lot of things. He said that he realized it was his fault for pushing me into the arms of another man. And he also took responsibility for me having another man's baby as well. I don't know what you said to him, but thank you so much for convincing him to get back with me. I really didn't do anything for you or him, but whatever. I hope that you two get it right this time. It's just that here I thought you were so mad at the two of us for what happened in the past, but now I see what kind of person you really are. And I hear that you're a mother now, too. That really is amazing. I'm still pregnant with mine, but I'm going to come to you for lots of advice on what I can do. And if you want to give me a bunch of old baby things that you have, like toys and clothes, that would really be great. Hold on a second. Let me make something clear for you, Emily. I do hate you and Nick very much. I don't want to be friends, and I didn't talk to Nick with the intention of saving your marriage. So I'm not going to give you advice or free anything. Do you understand? Lisa, come on. What way is that to act towards another young mother? Don't you see we have so much in common now? Maybe we could do a double date one day, and you could introduce us to your husband, and then our families can be good friends. I mean, I'd just love to meet whatever loser actually decided to marry you. Ah, that's what I was waiting for. You should know that my husband is actually a supervisor at your company. I take it you know a Mr. Brown, right? Hold on a second. You're telling me that you're married to Corey Brown? That's right. And he's always complaining to me about being harassed by the woman at his workplace. I asked him a bit about it once, and he mentioned your name. Sometimes the world really is too small, but anyways, you should know you're already on thin ice with him. You're kidding me, but I hardly even do anything. It's not my fault I have such strong, womanly charms. By the way, I assume you've hidden all this from Nick, but I've heard from Corey, who heard through the office grapevine, that your baby's dad is a married man from your office. Corey normally wouldn't care at all about that kind of thing happening in the office since he doesn't like drama, but he couldn't abide it after he caught you two intimately using some office space. You mean that your husband actually saw us doing it at work? That's right. So I guess if you really want to have that double date, we could, but just know that my husband is pretty weak when it comes to drinking and loves to gossip after a couple pints. What? No, forget it. You two keep far away from the two of us, and whatever you do, don't tell Nick about this.
Here I thought I was going to marry Emily, and now I'm being sued instead. Where did my life go wrong?
Not that I care about your question, but what do you mean you're being sued?
I finally figured out who the father of Emily's baby is. It's a married man she works with. I found out because the guy's wife showed up at our house and said she was going to be suing Emily for the affair. But Emily doesn't have any money, so she's asking me to pay all $30,000 that this guy's wife is demanding from us.
Well, you did agree to close your eyes to the fact of Emily's affair and pregnancy, so I suppose you'll have to pay for this.
But I didn't do anything. I'm the victim here. Besides, I didn't know she was sleeping with married guys. He should be paying us child support. But he said that since Emily never told him about it, that he won't have to.
You know, I feel the worst for this poor kid Emily's going to have.
Well, you should feel bad for me. But please, look, you have to get back together with me. Trying to fix things with Emily was a huge mistake.
This has got to be a joke. You did not reach out to me to try and get back together. I don't know why I expected anything different from you. You all got yourselves into this mess, and I refuse to be dragged down to your level. Now, for the last time, leave me alone. After that, I hear that Nick and Emily stayed together and even went through with the marriage and had Emily's child. I also heard that they tried to hide the baby from their parents who were begging for a grandchild. Meanwhile, Nick had to pay for Emily's lawsuit and lost $30,000 for it. They couldn't keep the child a secret forever, and before long, Nick had to beg to his parents for help taking care of it. In the end, Emily and Nick had to move in with his parents in order to get the help they were asking for. I haven't heard a word about or from either of them since then.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.